Yo, what is going on? Welcome to the video. Welcome to the stream. And in this one, we'll be talking about Storm, the drop that's coming up in just a little bit, less than an hour at 8 a.m. PST, according to this article here. But welcome to the stream. We'll actually get into the computer in just a second, but we'll also be going over a few tips and tricks to help you secure the bag. All right. So let's just go ahead and get into the computer. By the way, welcome to the stream. Let me know where you're tuning in from as well. We'll go ahead and get this music a little quiet here. Turn it down just a little bit. There we go. But let me know where you guys are tuning in from. We'll get into this article. In case you didn't know, there's a drop today at 8 a.m. PT on the Veve app. It is going to be a first appearance, as you can see right there, first appearance of Storm. All right. So in order to secure this bag, you're going to need to employ a couple of strategies. At least currently, right now, the Master Collectors is not quite out yet. Let me go ahead and turn that music down just a little bit more, so you guys can actually hear. Okay. Smash the like if you're liking the stream, by the way. All right. So first things first, what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you guys is one of my favorite tricks is taking off the old phone case. All right. So don't forget to do that. That's like number one. So always take that bad boy off, because look at that. Look at that insulation around your phone, your AKA your antenna, aka your computer. All right, it's got to be able to send a signal somewhere. And if you're using a wired Ethernet cable, like some people have in the beginning, technically there is a better way to do it. All right, so this one we'll just call it Kyle Gate, because there's been zero other people that have told you guys this tip. I've told you guys on the stream a couple streams before and a couple of videos before, but if you have Wi-Fi 6, if you have one of the newer Samsungs or the newer iPhones, your phone's going to come equipped with Wi-Fi 6, okay? What is Wi-Fi 6, you might ask? Wi-Fi 6 is a signal. It's just a different band of Wi-Fi. That's really all it is. It doesn't have anything to do with 5G, although the bands are somewhat on a 5G-ish like wave band. It's just a better band of Wi-Fi. It's just super quick. It's actually faster than an Ethernet connection that people are. I've been seeing them, go to eBay or go to Amazon and buy these Ethernet, Kyle Gate, these Ethernet cables. But there's been Wi-Fi 6 has been out since the beginning of this year and last year, really. So it's been out for a while. But phones are just now dropping them, with this latest iPhone and the one before that. Even Samsung is dropping. They have Wi-Fi 6 on their newer devices, but literally if you have a Wi-Fi 6 enabled router modem at your house and you have a pretty good, internet service provider plan, like I do 1 GB speeds, or whatever. And basically, I have an upgraded plan, right? It allows me to get data to and from the server, the ISP, internet service providers, quickly and efficiently, but I can do it faster than you can on a wired Ethernet cable from your phone. All right, because the reason why, all chat gaming, LOL Kyle Gate, yo, what's going on, Rafael Garcia, Rockford, Illinois? We got LA in the house. Roland Curtis, we have Melomaniac, yo, what's going on? We have Pluto Blum, Flip Kyle, Virginia here, or Pluto. How would you pronounce that? Pluto? I'll just call you Pluto. The reason why, by the way, as I was getting at, because the Ethernet cable, the actual device that you hook up, like the actual connector, it only allows up to 150 megabits per second. All right. That is slower than Wi-Fi 6. It's Wi-Fi 6. We'll just pull up this. We'll pull up something on YouTube. How about that? Let me go ahead and pull it off camera. Actually, you know what? I got a cool button now. I just turned my screen off for a second. All right.
Every once in a while, it feels like this.
We're just gonna mute that for obvious reasons. But anyways, so this is Linus Tech Tips. He covered Wi-Fi 6 a couple years ago. This is really before any like router and modems came out that had Wi-Fi 6 enabled, just so you know. So this video, although it was a couple years ago, really you can only go to the store just now and buy Wi-Fi 6 stuff. So don't let that date fool you. But let's see, here we go. He's about to show you how fast. Look at this, look at this, look at this, look at this, look at that, look at that. I don't see anybody in the community talking about this. All right. London here, sup bro? What's going on, David? Look at this, look at ping, 4 milliseconds? 608 download speed, upload 809, jitter 1 millisecond, loss, no loss. All right. All right. That's it. That's all I got for this video. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. All right. So I've known about this since the beginning of the year because I have Wi-Fi 6. This is what I used to stream. All right. I have really good internet connection, as you guys can see, and I'm streaming. Like, it takes a lot of data. That's how good Wi-Fi 6 is. Like, I don't use a wired connection. Although I could, you know, and I probably should, and I'm working on building a mesh network in my home. A lot of these other dudes, you know, I've told a couple people about this, but they ignore it at their own peril. You know, it's no big deal. Oh, and like I said, a lot of these other tips are just culminated from other people. I think Cryptomaniac was the first one to do the naked phone case trick, by the way. Yeah, let's go Granola right there. Boom. Granola. Let's pull them up. Tips and tricks. We're adding this, by the way, to the Ultra Master Sheet. Let me pull up the Ultra Master Sheet for you guys. I'll show you guys what that is. I'm actually going to change the name to, and this was the first, one of the first community sheets in existence. Since then, there's been a lot of other people that have created sheets and resources. Let's go ahead and pull it up though. I'm going to add it to this Ultra Master Sheet. It's kind of a ghetto sheet, but it is what it is. All right. I created it a long time ago. I'm going to kind of add a couple things. It's got literally everything you need to know about the community on it. I'll just shoot it in the chat right now. Well, I'll get the link in just a minute. But yeah, I'm going to rename this. I think I'm going to rename it the Master Collector Sheet. But this is just a way, look at this. This is the first channel in existence on Veve to do giveaways right here. Look at this. Look at this, the first one. But that doesn't really matter, right? You're here for the tips and tricks. So look at this. You can find some of the official Veve links. You know, if you need to find stuff, this is how you can get to it. You know, whether it's David Yu's Instagram, the token tracker, browser wallet, everything you need is here in one place. All right. Back in the day, they even had a calendar. They don't do that anymore. So I should probably delete that. All right. Support, help center, secure wallet. It's all there, guys. Now here's the resource community links. If you are looking at token burn spreadsheets, token tracker graphs, which I think this one's going to be updated. I just talked to Jesus, I think it is, and he's going to update that. All right, all that's there. So I'm going to add the tips and tricks to the list. So this is a big kind of link. Like, I'll show you guys the link. I don't know if you can see the top of the screen, but it's kind of like an ugly, big, long link. I'm gonna add it to the sheet here. I'll put it under. I'm gonna restructure this. I'm gonna put all the useful stuff at the top, and then I'll put my giveaway stuff at the bottom. You know, everybody's doing giveaways now. No, I see. But yeah. And actually gave credits, you know, before everybody, you know. Anyways, it's another story. But let's go ahead and go over the tips and tricks. Okay. Make sure your modem router running at optimal strength. By simply resetting the router modem itself, this will help clear any packets of data left over from things like updates that could be causing router model to run at a slower speed. So yeah, sometimes you get patch updates, like you'll get firmware updates to your modem and router. It's always good to check. It's always a good idea to check and make sure you have the latest firmware update on your modem and router. Download your, like, find out what brand your modem and router is, and you can always, you know, download their app on your phone, or simply, you know, use it on your computer and update it. Like, I can turn my router and modem off from my phone. I can reset everything. I can update my firmware from my phone. I have ASUS. I highly recommend ASUS if you're looking at a nice modem and router. They have a custom mesh network that you can, over time, use your old devices to build your mesh network, and you don't have to build some crazy, you know, you don't have to buy all these weaker devices. Strong devices only up in here. All right. Did someone see the post where you can buy items with Omi? What's that about? I missed some. You talked about last night? Yeah, that's the Omi utility. I think they've been working on that for a long time. Yeah, in the future, you'll probably be able to buy like accessories and whatnot with the Omi token in-app, or at least on the web app. I don't know about the mobile, because how strict Apple is. All right, you can do speed tests, you know, to check your internet connection. So it's always a good idea. You can Google search internet speed test. It's built in right into the browser itself now, so it's pretty easy. This is something you can also do on your phone. So, you know, if you can download an app on your phone as well. There's internet speed test apps on your phone. Like I just showed you Linus Tech Tips like video right here. This is an app that he's downloaded on his phone that he did the speed test on. So it's always a good idea to do that. By the way, this, like I said, make sure you show some love to Granola Man. He's almost at 1,000 followers. He's been around since the very beginning. He's curated this list since the very beginning. So anyways, just give him a little follow, man. Just head over to Twitter, give him a little follow. He was nice enough to pin this list. And matter of fact, a lot of people use his list because he's been in the Discord from day one, doing these tips and tricks, like from day one in the Discord. He doesn't get any credit, like for this, you know, helping literally tens of thousands of people out on drop day. So give him a little follow, man. Show him some love. All right. Back at it for the tips. Let's see, less people on your internet, obviously the better chances you get. So you can, some modem and routers, you can actually prioritize your internet. So like you can do it for streaming, like Asus does this in, you know, in their web app, but you can like prioritize, you know, your, I think like cell phones, for instance, or you can prioritize like, you know, streaming. So that's just a pro tip right there. Probably you won't hear the tech stuff. I'm not sure if anybody else covers this, the super in-depth tech stuff, because I'm a nerd and I'm a techie, so I know all the tech tricks. 5G, if your device is 5G compatible, it may be more beneficial to ditch the Wi-Fi altogether, unless you have Wi-Fi 6, as I just mentioned. Network reset. On your device, there's an option for network settings. This is equivalent to resetting the modem and router, except for the device network or cell signal. It's a good idea to reset your network settings back to its factory default. time to time, much like you would reset your modem router for the drop. That's interesting. That's also like just turning, like I like to just turn my phone on and off as well every once in a while. Give your device time to, you know, refresh, give it a little bit of rest. It's always a good idea to turn your, you know, phone on and off, because leaving a device on like infinitely and forever, not always a good idea. It's always a good time to. Thank you for subscribing, QT Rage, Raphael, Brandon Z. I see you everywhere, hardcore friend. Yeah, Brandon Z is just omnipresent. I'll be good at SR. I can sell it even if I get a common, I'm selling it. But SR would be nice. Yeah, that secret rare. If they come out, because it seems like they're using Veve as like the marketing arm. I keep suspecting like everything dropping on Veve that Marvel's doing is like, oh, we're gonna see something in the future. I know that's speculation and whatever, but I keep thinking that. So I'm kind of trying to set myself up for like if a Storm movie does drop, which obviously it's been speculated, I think, that there might be. So I don't know, we'll see. If I get an SR, I might keep that. It's technically a lower edition secret rare. Relative, I guess, to the numbers. So naked phone, we talked about that. Airplane mode, I think we figured out like you don't want to do airplane mode. Like you want to do the focus mode if you've updated your iOS. So I'm not sure if I'd recommend this one, but this in your device setting, turn on airplane mode. After airplane mode, connection back on, which you're most confident. Oh, like turn it on and off or shutter it. I see what it's saying. Okay. Yeah, I turn background. Instead of doing this, I actually just do background app refresh. I turn everything off, so apps aren't in the background refreshing or using data. The animation of the SR Storm is crazy. Yeah, it looks pretty sick. Oh, okay, yeah, fresh start. So restart your phone. We talked about that one. Do not disturb. We talked about that. Focus mode is kind of the new, you know, iPhone deal. Micro text. So yeah, changing your font size on your phone to small, so you can hit the buy now button quicker. So that's another pro tip. Remove any unused apps. It's been this one was one of the very first ones I at least mention in the community. I don't know if I'll get credit for it, but whatever, who cares? Yeah, this one is an obvious one, but yeah, the more a computer, aka your phone, has more data, or not data, memory, it's been proven that like the faster your phone runs. It is what it is, right? It's kind of obvious though. So, you know, deleting like your photos, videos, and unused widgets and like all that stuff. The more the processor has to render and populate, the slower your device can become when loading and confirming a purchase. So obviously it's something to know. Even if the app isn't even being used, it can still take up memory. And for whatever reason, even if you're not using that app, your memory can actually make your phone run slower. So that's another like side note of why you'd want to delete unused apps. Like my computer, I have like 3 SSDs and I have like 1 hard drive. I have like 3 terabytes of storage on my computer, and that's part of the reason why my computer runs really fast. As far as when I load up a program, it's like boom. It's not like, because if I fill the entire SSD, you know, programs might run slower even though I'm not using them. You have a lot of points, QT. You can even see your points, can you feel like you don't have enough. I wish that they changed MCP points for sets. Running around 31 sets right now, but it feels like it doesn't get rewarded enough. Any here thinks the same. Yeah, it would be nice, because that is part of being a master collector, I feel. So let's see. Let's just go to the master collectors. Coming up on 30 minutes for the drop. Master collectors 2.0. I mean, comics got a boost. Big time. Secret rares and comics got a big boost. Collectible points. Duplicate sets. So let's see. Set points. Here we go. As sets offering a varying number of collectibles, points earned based on the number of collectibles within the set. So as you guys know, this is what it looks like now. I think they reduced the 5 points, the 6 points to 5. And then I think it's like, instead of 6 collectibles or more, or maybe this is the same, I can't remember this number. But yeah, I feel like they should add maybe one more tier for like the huge sets, like 6 or more, because you are going out of your way to collect like a huge set, and there's not that many of them. But I do feel like maybe another tier here would be better. That's my thoughts on it. I don't have too many other thoughts on that. I mean, these are recurring, so you know. And plus, you're going to get additional points on top of this, too. So if you own the set, you know, you're going to get individual points based on rarity. So, like, rarity bonus. So you're going to get these points as well as these points. So it's not like actually too bad, because if somebody doesn't have the set, they're only going to be mining these points here. You know, and secret rares are kind of off the table for most people. So realistically, people are like, a lot of new people are only going to have access to these points right here. But if you own a set, you're going to have these points and these points. So I don't know, maybe that's my thoughts, I guess. I'm not sure. Eternal's got 2 UR. Oh yeah, that's right. That's a good point. And Captain Carter is under the radar right now for a set. Cheap set as well. Is Captain Captain Carter, is that the cheapest one collectible set on the entire app? I picked one up yesterday on stream. Another tip. All right, let's get back into it. In-app. Make sure you give yourself plenty of time to log in early. That one's an obvious one for obvious reasons. Remember Disney Gold Moments just moments ago? No moment, pun intended. Yeah, back then this was especially an issue. It's not so much of an issue nowadays, and moving forward probably not either, because with the whole waiting room thing, I don't imagine this will be too much of a problem, but it's still a good idea to log in plenty of time early enough. Perch B, collectibles in your showroom can slow your device down. The file trick. This is another one a couple of OGs knew about for a long time. Before, you know, YouTubers did them. You could just go in Discord, and people in Discord were talking about it. Like 99% of these tips. 99%. All right, enough drawing on the screen. App switcher, if loading in the app is taking longer than expected, try switching between apps quickly or minimizing the app. Do not close the app. Just use the app switcher to go back and forth. So when they say app switcher, it's just like, you know, you flip the app up and you just reopen it. During like high traffic times, I don't recommend this one though. Because if you do the app switch, it can technically, I've seen it because I've done it, and sometimes it can kick you out of the buy screen. So during high traffic times, I don't recommend that. But during like other like low-key drops and like maybe not as popular brands like and stuff like that, that can be a good little trick. Timer sync, you can check the accuracy of your app timer by checking the drop to the feed. Go to the feed tab and tap view and store, tap participate in the drop. For the series screen for blind box drops, or just go to the timer for premium comic drops. Now go back to the store, look at the series screen and compare the timer by switching app tabs quickly. You can do that, or you can just back out of the buy now, or the buy area, and then go back into it, and it should sync your timer. And I give myself, I sync my timer about, I wait closer to the drop time to go back and then go back in, closer to the actual drop. That one works sometimes. I mean, I think a lot of people are doing it at this point where it doesn't make a huge difference, but it can give you that millisecond speed to get the drop. That's another one I've known about since it was like before anybody did a video about it. All right. Timer sync. That one's been out for a while now too, but that's a good little trick. Oh, let me turn off the chat so you guys can see my screen. Sorry about that. There we go. That way you guys can see a little bit better. Please like the stream. Charles, thank you, man. Appreciate that. Yeah, like the stream if you guys are enjoying this. Appreciate it. I think mint hunters need their own master collector point section. Imagine how much money they've wasted collecting unique mint numbers. Just a thought. Yeah, so they have plans to be able to search mint numbers in their roadmap. They'll eventually come out with that. They'll eventually come out with, like, you know, like if you're into the number 420, you can search. In the future, you'll be able to search for that. Dan's talked about that a couple times. And then I think we'll be able to sell sets, entire sets. So like if you own Season 1 Batman Black and White or whatever, or Tokidoki, like, and you have the whole set, I think in the future they plan on giving us the ability to sell the entire set. So that's going to be interesting. If you have an entire set of like the number 420 or whatever, that's going to be really valuable. That's all I'm going to say. But yeah, for people that are mint hunters and do that, those sets will have pretty significant value. I just want to throw that out there, because it's incredibly hard to get those mint numbers. Those mint hunters are doing like the Lord's work by, you know, hunting those mints. We're coming up on, we still got like 25 minutes before the drop. All right, button mash, the align gate, align the buy button. So this one had many names before, as you guys know, as align gate, button mash. Everything's gate now. Like I said, like the Wi-Fi 6 thing's not going to be on this list because your boy Kyle here hasn't really told much of anybody, but I'll hit up Granola, have him add it to the list though, so you guys can utilize that for those people that are interested in doing the Wi-Fi 6 trick. Tab switcher. Or app sync. Restart your app 10 to 20 minutes before the drop to ensure your timer is properly synced and accurate to the millisecond. So this one can somewhat be a risk if you're like doing it 10 minutes or 5 minutes and it's a high traffic drop. Like, I wouldn't have recommended that during the Disney Gold moments. I mean, 10 minutes was plenty of time though, I think. So yeah, that's a good idea, I think. Back then, like, for instance, if some people camped out on the app and the collectible already dropped, like for a Nightwing was a good example of that. And since people camped out on the drop, they weren't actually able to secure it because their app wasn't like working properly. So this is a kind of an older trick, but it's still relevant. Let's go to the basic tips. Majority of users wait on the collectible screen. They want to purchase until the drop starts, then quickly attempt to reserve their collectible. The more screens you go through in the app, access the collectibles you want to the buy, the slower the loading process can become. Try to find other gateways that just need the least amount of screens to access the drop as possible. Also consider others are using the same trick. The ideal scenario is aimed between 2 to 4 screens. So, you know, the buy or the wish list used to be a nice little gateway. You know, you could save a collectible that was coming out that had not dropped yet, you could save it, bookmark it, go to your wish list in your collection, and use that buy area inside your wish list. And that was used to be quicker. Now it's almost about the same, I think, nowadays, because they've upgraded. Using 2 hands to quickly tap buy now button and cancel the button on the air pop-up message slightly before the drop begins. This can give you an edge to getting the reservation screen faster. So yeah, 2 hands are better than 1. After successfully reserving a collectible, users will have 90 seconds to complete a CAPTCHA puzzle. So CAPTCHA isn't out anymore, so that one is not needed. Second chance buy, we know this, like, don't give up, basically, after the drop. If you still have a buy now button, you can... Actually, on the Disney Gold Moments, I was in the app spamming buy 30 minutes after the drop. And since the app was buggy, since I'm a veteran, and I knew previously the Nightwing drop, for instance, like, to stay in the app. Like, I brainwashed myself to stay in the app, stay on the buy. If you have the buy, don't close the app. You still have a chance. And it could be a first chance buy. So sometimes, you know, if we're lucky enough to get a buggy drop, that could be a blessing in disguise if you still have buy button, and you're not able to snag one, like right when the timer hits 0. That can be fine if the app's buggy, because, you know, like I said, I'm a veteran. I knew from the Nightwing drop, you know, long ago, and that was the case. So I didn't need no video to teach me that one right there. So I did the same thing with Disney Golden Moments, and I secured I secured a couple of drops off the Disney Golden Moments just from doing that, staying in the app, not giving up. So yep. Blind box, so we'll go over these because it's pertinent. See, I got the partner statue 18 minutes in. Exactly. So that goes to show I can't really, let's see, hang on just a second, guys. Is my audio really gonna cut out? It's all good. Ugh. Sometimes my headphones just do not work. All right. Back to it for the tips and tricks. You'll need to access the blind box buy now button from the series screen. This is a screen. So yeah, they updated, I believe, this one. So it should be right on the home screen. A countdown timer on the series screen will appear. When it reaches 0, the screen will auto refresh and the buy now button will be available to purchase your collectible. Yeah, so obviously the timer, like we know now what the timer is, but technically when it goes 3, 2, 1, 0, you do not want to click the buy button at 0, right? Because there's an extra second. So I count 0 twice. There's another small YouTuber that pointed that out, and you know, it's funny because great minds think alike. He also counts 0 as well. But that's a trick I've been using, is double counting 0 as well from the beginning. But I recommend that trick for sure, because you can get in. He called it rhythm gate, which was pretty, I like that, rhythm gate, because that's how I got in my rhythms as well on the drops. Yeah, find your rhythm. But you want to click buy now on that second 0, and you want to do it. Sometimes you even want to click like a little bit, a millisecond, like milliseconds before that second 0, to secure the drop, depending on, you know, your ping, internet speeds. That's another one that's nobody's like really brought up in their tips and tricks, is like when to click the buy now button down to the exact science of it. Like, there's nobody out there that does that. So you really have to figure out your internet speed, Because if you have like super fast speeds, obviously you don't necessarily need, like if your ping is like 4 milliseconds, like you're gonna be okay. Like you don't necessarily need to click super early, right? But this is for veterans and professionals, like that are, I say professionals, like there's not really a professional, but it's kind of funny if you think about it. Yeah, so like I have the 14 ping though. That's pretty good. I mean, that's not bad. Like that's pretty good. I mean, you're in Germany, man. You're close to that Frankfurt Amazon Web Service. Like, so it's so fast. It gets crazy over there. For rebounds, don't forget to line up the gap where the buy now button will be with participate in the blind box button. Yeah. So, you know, if you're, you know, all you have to do is go into the app and, you know, every once in a while, just record yourself on your phone. You know, do a little screen share of yourself in the app. You know, that's what a lot of the other people do. And the buy now button is going to appear in that little space right there. You know, in between where it says the description and then notify me. Like that, the buy button literally just appears in between that space. And, you know, if you're not sure, you can just screen record yourself. You can screen record it and capture exactly where the buy now button appears. And that should help you out a lot, tremendously. So that's always good. But yeah, back to the ping. We're coming up on 16 minutes. So still plenty of time to go over these tricks. All right. See here. So I think we covered these two. CAPTCHA. There's not really a CAPTCHA, but you can still do the 90-second trick. There probably is another trick to this since we don't have CAPTCHA anymore. There has to be some kind of like payment processing time where we all click buy, right? We all click buy. Then it sends it off to Veve. Veve then processes it. And then if it fails, then there could be another chance for a rebound. You can't really see the R. I'll draw it again. So there has to be some kind of set time. I don't know what that looks like, if it's 90 seconds or 2 minutes. But, you know, when the drop happens, people click buy. You know, it does the green truck for some, maybe not for others. It processes, goes to Veve. They look, you know, their systems, you know, process it. If some users fail, you know, then we're going to notice those rebounds because the CAPTCHA is not really there anymore. Because maybe there's people out there trying to use emulators or whatever, and maybe Veve system picks it up and, you know, makes a transaction fail, or I don't know, whatever the case may be. You know, I'm just using that as an example. You know, maybe you get a chance for a rebound. I don't know what the exact time is, so if you do know the exact time, you know, I don't know if that's 30 seconds, because this time has definitely changed since 90 seconds for sure, I think. Unless rebounds are that competitive nowadays, but I've suspected that for a long time since they got rid of CAPTCHA. I think somebody does know. I don't want to name names, but I do want to ask him. I want to pick their brain because I think they do know. During high traffic times, such as drop day, you may not want the collectible you purchased until it arrives in your collection. Yeah, so that can take obviously a while sometimes. And after Immutable X, it'll be quick. It'll be really fast. But for now, we're on GoChain, and that's how it is. Before purchasing a blind box, you can see the drop odds for each specific collectible, as well as the number of editions remaining for each collectible during a drop in real time. Yeah, I don't know. For me, it's never real time, but like if you go to the collectible, you can see like which ones are sold out, or like how many is left. Oops. Or how many is left. But yeah, like the drop odds, like that may in the future, that may have some bearing on what you decide to go after. Like, well, I guess it's a blind box, but I mean, yeah, I guess it's a blind box, not a. But it is interesting to see that. I'm glad they actually put that in there because it's interesting to know. I guess maybe that like is going to be more bearing, not maybe if you actually participate in the drop itself. But you can't make the shots that you don't take, so you know I don't suggest not doing a drop because the odds are bad. You know. Digital comic tips and tricks. We won't really go over that. That's pretty much not pertinent. That's pretty much all the tips and tricks, as well as the ones I threw in there that, you know, is not on any list that you guys are gonna find. Especially the internet, some of the internet tricks that I mentioned. Refreshing right at 2 minutes, and 4 minutes gets you the buy now button pop back up once you get the sold out. That's interesting. That's not ping to Veve server. All right, so you're saying like just refreshing 2 to 4. So that could be, you know what? That's basically that 90-second instead of this CAPTCHA 90-second deal. I guess it's 2 and 4 minutes from what you're saying. So I guess that would be more of a, I don't know what we'd call that. Ping gate, time gate. No, I'm just kidding. Holland, dude. Oh, you're in Holland. At least you're somewhat close to a good server, though. Not too far, right? 14 millisecond or ping is not terrible. Because some people get like, I've seen some terrible pings in the community for sure. Let's see, for rebounds, don't forget to line up the gap. Okay, I already read that one. So I'm gonna add this to the Veve Ultramaster sheet. Go ahead and do that now. Bear with me. I'm gonna add it real quick. I'll post this sheet right here. I'll post this one in the chat right now, so you guys can find this resource. This literally has like everything that like easy to find as far as like these links and resources. I'm gonna add a couple more resources. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna feature something real quick. I'm gonna pull it up, bear with me. All right, so I'm gonna feature this too. So this is something I'll add to the spreadsheet, or to the sheet. We'll call it the Master Collector sheet, because I think I'm gonna rename it, because Master Collector just sounds cool. There's this as well, so I'm gonna add this as well to the sheet, but you can see like, you know, you can see the charts on how collectibles are performing on a weekly basis. Let me go ahead and wait for it to pull up. So this chart shows you like the market movement. And I think they're going to add stuff like this on the web app, but it could take a long time. And the Economy Wiki is back up, and Homie the Clowns also added some pretty robust data to the website. But this only kind of gives you more of a bird's eye view of the entire market and how the blue chips are performing. So if you're into blue chips, this could be a resource for you. I believe, yeah, so this is actually a paid chart too. So let me see. Yeah, you can see the Donnie. It's moved up a little bit, the floor, so you can kind of see all that data. So I'm gonna throw that in this in the sheet right here as well. I'm gonna add Granola's tips under resourceful community links. And I'll probably break this up one for Omi resources, and then I'll probably create one for Veve specific, like the actual in-app collectibles. As you can see here, I've added, you know, even Butt Thompson's from a long time ago. He's been on this spreadsheet for a while. So if you follow Butt Thompson, his Google spreadsheet is here as well. There's a lot of good stuff here. I don't know if Veve Hive does this anymore, because I think they have kind of disbanded to some degree. I mean, they're not disbanded, like they just renamed their server and they're doing a gaming NFT games now. So I'm not sure if they update this spreadsheet anymore, but I know Butt still at it, and he's created a lot of resources on his spreadsheet. Veve Master collectible, I don't know if this one as well. This was like a smaller community. I don't think they update their sheet anymore, but you know, I'll have to check. But you know, stuff like this is like super OP. So, you know, you don't necessarily need some of these older spreadsheets anymore anyways. Like we can check it out. Let's see if they updated it. But these are resources that you guys can utilize. Like they used to track. I don't know. Let's see if they've updated April. So yeah, I don't think they update this, but this is how you track price. It's kind of irrelevant, like when you can do like use a charting system like this. So that is this is cherry charts. As you can see, the email, like if you want it, you can send them an email. I think they have a cherrycharts.com website as well. You just throw in your stuff there. We'll have to edit that out. But yeah, you just edit your stuff here, and or you just throw in your information. They got a cool video here, the guy explaining it.
Founder of Cherry Charts. I'm incredibly excited to tell you about the Cherry Charts platform. This platform is updated
right there
every single day to give you the most up-to-date information on your
I literally can't hear anything because my headphones aren't working. But there you have it. That's what that looks like. What other chart? Oh yeah, Ecomi Wiki. It's back up. So the Ecomi Wiki is back up. This is where you can also track like your collectibles. Right here, premium digital collectibles. You can go here and track some of the like retail price, what it went for, how much it gains. Like you can come over here on this side and type in, let's just type in Todd. Boom, pull them up. Oh my God, my wife. All right, sorry, my wife is like yelling like a siren because we're 5 minutes out, which is pretty hilarious actually. All right, so as you can see here, there's been in the last 24 hours, you can see right there, $20 change, 0.78, pretty cool data. You can see this beautiful chart as well, right here. So Todd is at 2,575, store price $79, total issue, previous sold 137 listed. And it shows like the series down here at the bottom as well, like the other collectibles in that set. I would like to see though, because like there used to be, instead of a 24-hour change, it was like a retail, like from retail all the way till now, it showed like how much percentage gain there was. So I would like to see that again, because that was always an interesting little tidbit. Like if you bought it on retail at like $79, it would compare the floor price to the retail, and you'd see like the percentage. So that was always interesting. So I hope he kind of brings that back. You can obviously like pull out a calculator and do that yourself, but it does save you time if you know you can just read the chart and see. But yeah, this tracks, you know, the movements, things like that on the chart. Super cool. Obviously it's under construction. He's still working on it. So, you know, don't get angry with pitchforks if something doesn't work on his website. All right, so we're 3 minutes out, 2 minutes. I'm gonna cut the cam, or at least step away and go pray next to my router and modem, where I get fast speeds. Is that chart live? So the cherry charts are live, and then these charts are live as well. So so yeah, these are live as well. So it says Veve market data is captured every hour on the hour using our exclusive API access. So that's how they get the data. So just know that it's not like real time, but it's pretty close, right? It's like you can also create an account up here, log in, open an account. If you want to track your Vault portfolio, let's see if I can log in real quick. Ah, dang it. Okay. It's not. So the Vault, I'm not sure if he's enabled the register. All right, let's see. Log in or open an account. Let's see. I think you can open an account. I'm not sure. He had registration closed for a second, but. And you can also donate. I do recommend that. We're at 2 minutes out, guys. 2 minutes out. I'm going to go ahead and duck out. I'll see you guys in just a minute. Go. Yo! I got one. Did you guys get one? Let me know in the chat if you got one. Rip in. Rest in peace. High mints, 2 uncommons. You already got uncommon. You already got it delivered? Look at this. I got one pending right there. Boom.
I want to show my phone too.
My wife wants to show her her beautiful nails off and also show. Okay. All right. All right. They get.
Wow.
Well, they get it. You don't have to like.
Rude.
You're rude. High mints. I think I got 2 though. We'll see. I had one say that it failed, but it actually went through. And then oh, they're still buy. They're still buy on there. What? Oh, it said sold out. That was definitely a rebound. That was definitely a rebound. Congrats, whoever just got that. Okay, so my screen, my phone's still saying only one pending. So I got the buy twice. The first one said it failed, yet I got it. The second one said, I think, the same message, and I didn't get it. Or at least the transaction didn't go through. Then I rebounded using kind of the Gailgate method, and that one went through. Or, I mean, that one, somebody else got that, is what I meant to say. So I'm going to keep trying. As somebody in the chat just mentioned, like 2 and 4 minutes might be the trick. And that was around right at 2 minutes almost. So big shout out to you. You got 2. Congrats, Energy. Congrats on that. I got 1. Julian, congrats. Congrats. What's funny, I didn't even plan on really streaming during the drop. I was just going to do all the tips and tricks. And then I ended up just streaming the drop. All right, so we're coming up on 4 minutes, I mean. So that was another key time somebody mentioned earlier. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to keep trying. It's taking a second to load, so maybe we have something here. No, nothing yet. We're on time.is. So 4 minutes is just now passed. No buy now button. But I did have it come up one time around 2 minutes. Give it one more second, and then we'll kind of give up. I'm happy to get one, man. You guys don't realize, like, I have not been able to get a drop since, like, basically the gold moments, like the first couple drops that were super buggy. So for this, I'm super excited to get this one. I'm not gonna lie, because, you know, I have not been successful in a while, and this is definitely exciting. I'm not gonna lie. Because I know that as time goes on, man, we're just going to have fewer and fewer opportunities and chances. And so I am very excited about this one. And, hopefully I get something good. Fingers crossed. I haven't got a secret rare, like, I don't think ever off of a drop. I haven't got a secret rare drop off of a comic either. I did get lucky, but that's because an actual secret drop. Like, it was for real, like, they just did it out of the blue. And so I did get that one, but well, I guess I have gotten collectible secret rares, but not comic secret rares, like off a blind box / Not blind box style, I guess is what you would say. I'm not even sure if I've gotten an ultra rare off of a blind box ever on collectibles or comics. So I'm praying to the Veve gods. I'm literally like the only dude that has not got something good off of a blind box, like, in the entire community. So I'm hoping, because that Storm secret rare, even the ultra rare, looks pretty sick. All right, so I think that's all she wrote for this one. Got my second on the second chance was a UR. How did you already get your collectibles? And congratulations on getting the UR. That's dope. I haven't got anything yet. Still pending. Got 3-2 on the drop, and then 1 on the second rebound, 2-minute rebound. Heck yeah. So was that you, Dre, that mentioned that earlier? About the 2 and 4 minutes? Yeah, it was you. Big shout out, man. Dregate. So yeah, still one pending order. I thought I was gonna get a second one, but it looks like that transaction didn't go through. But like I said, I'm just really happy to just to have one. I've been really sad, guys, for real though, not getting dropped. Like how competitive it's gotten. Didn't get one. It's on the green truck. It says what you get. Oh yeah. That's right. That's right. I'm surprised it gave you a green truck message though. It takes forever for that thing to pop up on mine, and by the time it does, like it's like it's already sold out. So I usually don't wait for green trucks anymore. I used to, like in the early days of blind boxes when they didn't sell out immediately. I didn't get one. It's on the green truck. Oh yeah, I just read that. Rare price prediction. I got a rare and a common. Let's pull up. Let's just pull it up. Let's just go to the Veve drop tab here. Let's take a look at the edition sizes. Commons. I imagine that one's going to go for around retail. There's 16,000 of them. And then, yeah, I think that will go 60 gems. It'll appreciate over time, though. And it just depends on how many users we actually have. You know, that could go from 50 or like 60 gems all the way to like 80 or 90, but we'll see. Because people are like common stacking. Maybe this one will go under retail because it is a blind box. I don't know. We'll see, though. Things are much different these days, the landscape of it all. Let me fix something just real quick. There we go. All right, back at it. Let's go and look at the uncommon here. 12,500. That's going to be more, I think, definitely more a better deal to have than the common for sure. 12,500. That will go above retail. More so. I just don't know about these commons here, guys. Like, I'm not going to lie. Like, I think these are going to be at retail, and maybe somebody might, I think a lot of people might dump just for liquidity for the next drop. So just FYI on those commons, be careful on those. And then, but you might get some, like, if you're like more whale stacker, like if you're stacking, it might be a good idea to wait for people to you know, list below retail, because, you know, people are going to do a fire sale. It's always a good idea to look at the future and stack possibly, because it is a first appearance. 50 gems. So yeah, I think this one's going to go more like above the retail on the uncommon, or, you know, at or above. And then for sure on the rare, there's only 6,500. So that one's definitely going to go above. It'd be like 90 to 100 or more. And then the ultra rares are going to be, significantly higher, 200 to 300, probably more, like 400, 500. I'm definitely lowballing that. I think that one will go for a little bit more, especially it's animated. It's going to be a bit more hyped in the beginning. It'll probably be super high, drop off, and then go back up, especially over time. Ultimate animated, that one's obviously going to be worth a lot. Or, you know, more than 50 gems. So I suspect this one will be like 1K. If not, anything under 1K for this one is a steal, in my opinion, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what the animation sound effects do. I think that will play a little bit of part. Oh, you got one? Heck yeah, let's go. And there's only 1,500 of these. Like, this one is on par with some good collectibles, and especially animated. FA lightning, like, let's go if it does have lightning. And we will see what the sound effects and all that stuff does. So especially a lot of X-Men fans out there. Yeah, she's not like the bluest of chips of, like, you know, the X-Men, but I mean, she's definitely got a fan base. I mean, I think she's always in the movies, like, you know, she's been in the cartoons forever, so at least that's what other people have said. Like, she's not the most famous of characters, but I'm like, man, she's been in everything. Like, Storm's pretty dope. Like, I think she's definitely got a little fan base that people are going to underestimate. So we'll see. Got an ultra rare Vienna or Farina. Good job, man. Congratulations on that. Do you know when we'll be able to convert gems? So with the MTL, they're probably like, as David, you just mentioned, like there's a lot of crazy stuff and hoops are going through, and it sounded like it's not Veve is the one that's doing the postponing. It sounds like they have to work through like massive amounts of hoops for the MTL to actually drop. So I think once like New Zealand and like all these other countries that are like, you know, you got to pay taxes on this, that, and the other. I think they're literally having to work with like all these different countries and their new laws. And I think they're just having to get their legal team on like dialed in before MTL drops officially. So I think they originally, obviously it could be any time, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was delayed a little bit, just because the countries out there and how they're being kind of, some of them are a bit ridiculous. So we'll see. What a rebound at 12. You just got a rebound at 12 minutes. What? That is insane. So that goes to show to not give up. You know, if you have time, to definitely not give up, because that's crazy. J's for life. I see your profile picture. That Fortnite. Is that a Fortnite skin? It's pretty dope. All right, so back to tips and tricks. I'm gonna go ahead and put this one on the Ultramaster sheet real quick. Resourceful links. We're gonna go here. All right, so there it is. You can find it here on the Master Collector sheet. Now, as a matter of fact, I think I'm gonna restructure the sheet real quick. Put this stuff at the top. All right, let's do that. I'll kind of delete these. Okay, there we go. So I put all the links at the top so you guys can find it a little easier, and then having to like sort through all the shenanigans on my channel giveaways. And then I definitely gave some shout outs to some old other YouTubers, Blockchain Andy, Everything Currency. Those are like the old YouTubers of old, the forerunners of the VV community, low key. All right. So there you go. What? Oh yeah, we're gonna do the cherry charts too, and the Akomi wiki. We'll add that as well to the sheet, so you guys can find that like super easy. Real quick, we'll add that. And then we'll add cherry charts down here. 1 second. Cherry charts. Bada bing, bada boom. Actually, let's see. Okay. All right, so there you have it. I think I'm gonna go ahead and separate this. I'm gonna delete. I think I'm gonna delete this one and delete this one because I don't think either one of those are being used anymore. Um, okay, yeah, I think I'm gonna delete this one too. I don't think it's stopped at Cosmic Cthulhu. So we'll take those two off the list. But everything else should be almost up to date. I think this power bin, like I said, this guy is going to update it. The token tracker graph. This calendar, I don't think they use this one anymore. Yeah, no, they don't. So I'm going to take this one off the list. All right, cool. So sheet is updated for you all. I'm going to post that in the chat again. Bear with me just a second. Keep checking, says Journey of Base. And pin that message real quick for you guys. You guys can track that. All right, let's go to Twitter. See if anybody got some good stuff. Let's check back. See if the market is open. All right, let's see. Still pending, no market. Dre Day says, man, I wish in such a rush to get a rebound. I didn't even look at my green truck. LOL, I guess I will just wait to be surprised. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Lit Cherry Vlogs says, we hold in since this first X-Men. You selling Veve merge, Kyle? What's that, Veve merge? What do you mean? Oh, merch? I think it, you mean merch? Is that what you mean? Yeah, I've heard of merch links for a long time. I think, I'm gonna switch it up though. I think I'm gonna take down the Akomi shirt and then do something else because I think with their logo, I don't want to like, you know, use their logo and stuff. So I think I'm gonna do something else, some funny shirts. I think I'm gonna do a funny shirt. So I already have the idea. I've had it actually for for a long time. I just need to put the shirt out. I'm just deciding on what platform I want to do it on. The animation on the secret rare is awesome. You can look at it now. We will do that. We'll show it on stream. Todd, Walt, or Pride. Probably not any of these. Probably secret rare Spider-Man. Hitmonkey. Dude, the comic way is just shilling the Hitmonkey comic. It's definitely not going to be Hitmonkey. Hitmonkey will obviously do well. All right. Let's look at the secret rare animation. Pull it up on my screen so you guys can see it too. Does it play sound? I can't hear the sound because my headset's not working. That one's pretty dope. All right, I'm gonna pay attention now. That one's pretty sick. Yeah. You know the vault creators are gonna like do crazy stuff with that one. That one looks like Raiden or something crazy. That's pretty dope. The eyes. So let's see what the ultra rare does real quick. So that one animation, that's still pretty cool. That's like the best one, I think. But watching her fly was pretty cool. Like her levitate. I-10. Not bad, not bad. Got the ultra rare. Tap on Storm. She has 2 animations. How can I get this chat box squished in there so I can see what the Senate says? It's kind of annoying how it does that. All right, there we go. It's a little bit better. Yeah, I think this is like if you're able to get the like secret rare, or ultra rare, I definitely think it's a hodl for sure. Like you said, first X-Men or X-Woman technically. Um, yeah, I think that's a good idea. All right, guys. Well, guys and gals and everyone, I think I'm going to tune out. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you smash the like if you're enjoying this video. We got the Naruto shirt going on today, by the way. Speaking of shirts, look at that. Hopefully we get... They mentioned anime, so that might be something we'll get. Naruto. In the future, we'll see. When does the market open? Usually it opens like 30 minutes after. Sometimes it's like been delayed though. So we'll see. I'm gonna check now. Yeah, it's still closed. Like usually it's been like 30 minutes after, like usually 30 to 40. That's what I've been noticing. Sometimes up to an hour. It just depends. I think it's just, you know, when everything on their side of their system like is ready to go. I think that's just when they do it, and it usually takes them 30 minutes to an hour, it seems like these days, but we'll see. So I can buy one. Yeah. All right, y'all. Thanks for tuning in. Like I said, smash the like if you enjoyed the stream, and make sure you sub to the channel if you're not already subbed so you don't miss any streams or videos like this. I'll see you guys in the next one at the blockchain. And as always, be like an NFT, be authentic, and I'll see you guys later. Have a great day, and congratulations if you're able to secure one on the drop. Thank you so much again, and I'll see you later. Peace.